Guys, just wanted to give y'all an update on how I've been doing lately. So my anxiety's been pretty bad, very crippling actually. And this is why I've been telling my therapist that, sometimes I feel hopeless and want to give up, because you lose hope when you feel like the things aren't getting better, and not just aren't getting better, but can't get better. And that's the way I feel, because my mental illness has only gotten worse over the years. It's never really improved, whether I've taken medicine, whether I've, gone to therapy. It's never really gotten better. It's always gotten worse. And that's why I try to be grateful, because I'm like, I always feel like it's unbearable or insufferable until 2 years go by and I see how much more difficult and challenging it's become. And that's been my experience. I mean, I've been dealing with mental illness since 2003 at the age of 16, and it's always gotten worse. Even if it's gotten a little worse the next year, sometimes a lot worse the next year, the bottom line is it's always gotten worse. Now, there was a period between 2016 and 2017 where, because in most of my 20s I was dealing with social anxiety. And during that time, I felt like when I hit 27, I was like in my late 20s. I started making money. I established a business and was doing really well for myself. And that's when I thought I was at my most attractive. That was my prime to me, which was my late 20s, very early 30s. I looked the best. I was the most fit during that time. I wasn't super skinny in my early 20s, which I hated. I was actually slim thick. You know what I'm saying? I like that period. I even go back and look at those pictures and videos that I done during that period of my late 20s. I think that was 2014, because I turned 27 that year, through 2020. In 2020 I was 33, so that was the end of my early 30s. And then ever since then I just been struggling with weight gain and depression. I don't really suffer with social anxiety too much anymore. Actually, it's recently come back with a vengeance. But for the longest time, I hadn't really dealt with social anxiety. That wasn't my primary illness, because I do have several mental illnesses, which is depression, OCD, social anxiety, generalized anxiety, panic attacks. I don't know if they're all actually different illnesses, or if they kind of are sub illnesses. Panic attacks are a part of anxiety, so I guess you could just say I have anxiety. Generalized anxiety is anxiety as well. OCD is a form of anxiety, but it's different. But yeah, ever since 2020, my OCD has been kicking my ass. So it was I went from dealing with social anxiety in my 20s to OCD in my 30s, and it's just the worst, bro. It's so terrible. It's so crippling. It's debilitating. Mental illness and anxiety just really, it's so hot out here, y'all. It robs you of your life. It robs you of your life, but it most importantly robs you of your personality. You know what I mean? I was explaining to a friend who I just met. He had came over and chilled with me, and he likes to play chess. I like to play chess. He's a cook. I'm a cook. Sorry, almost dropped the phone. And it's like I couldn't just enjoy myself and show my true personality and be my true funny, loving, outgoing, just I just have such a unique, interesting, and cool personality, and I can't show that to people. Like, you know, it's suppressed by the anxiety. It's like, instead of being able to talk to somebody and look somebody in the eye and have normal, regular conversations, I'm like this, nervous and uneasy and socially awkward because of my social anxiety. So I remember somebody I was pursuing actually recently. It didn't really last, but I was pursuing somebody, and they asked me. They was like, "What do you rate your personality? What do you rate your personality?" And I was like, "Well, my personality, I think, is a 9, right? If you're just going off of who I am naturally, but because it is diminished and reduced by my illness, it brings my personality down from a 9 to a 3 because it makes me look like a fucking weirdo." So, like, anybody who have social anxiety or anxiety in general know that anxiety makes you look like a weirdo. Like, it makes you act very weird because, like, you're extremely shy. And because you're extremely shy in social situations, you're like really nervous around people. You know what I mean? And people can detect that. And sometimes people will take your standoffish behavior as like, they'll see it as arrogance or you thinking you're better or not wanting to be around people, when really it's just you're shy. You're like extremely afraid of being negatively judged or doing something stupid or embarrassing that would make people judge you negatively. You know what I mean? Like, we're always just anxious in social situations. Any situation where there's the potential for us to embarrass ourselves or do something stupid or embarrassing or awkward or weird, we're going to be tense in those situations. We're going to be extremely nervous. Whereas the normal person is just calm. They just chill. They just relax. And I think that just takes a toll, like, eventually on you physically. You know what I mean? Because then you resort to like eating excessively and stuff like that. My mom, I'm out here getting my mom's getting her hair done. So now I have to go back into the barbershop and bring her pocketbook because it was near where I was sitting. So she's interrupted my video. Let's go to the barbershop. Let me show y'all my mom. We're at Sweetie's Tide's barbershop. I was doing a little video, man, on social media. The pocketbook was right here. Oh, it feels so good in here in comparison. Woo! It's humid out there. The stuff that I do for my fans.
That bag right there.
Here.
Here, take this.
There she go, y'all. That look nice.
You like it?
I like that. This ain't cut it too low.
Yeah. I try to tell them to keep some hair on there.
Yeah, I like that. Yep. But yeah, it's really crippling. Don't get ready to go, y'all, because my mom get ready to come out. It's really crippling. This it incapacitates you, and that's just my little short update on my mental illness. I wish I could elaborate longer. I may actually resume this video when I get back in the crib later. But yeah, it just robs you of your life, and it's just unfortunate because we only get one life. And I feel like me pushing 40, I'm 38 now, I've lost all of my 20s and 30s to illness, to my anxiety. Like, it stopped me from developing relationships. It stopped me from maintaining healthy relationships because of my awkwardness. It stopped me from going out partying, doing a lot of things that I wanted to do. Yeah, and it just robbed me of so many opportunities in my life. So I'll get back with you guys later. I'll probably resume the video in a few when I get home. If not, later.